Hi guys, it's Gemma, the Traveler's Coach, and today I'm talking about balancing work and play. So, how do you balance these two kind of opposing things in your life? And is that possible? And it is possible. You just have to create it. And in creating it, you kind of have to define it and what it means to you. And so to start off, I just want to bring up how this term of an idea of balancing means kind of holding two things at one time. So, two potentially opposing things like responsibility and freedom. And at first, you might think that those things are opposite, but they're actually intrinsically related. You can create freedom through having responsibilities. And you can also be responsible in the way that you're free. So, work and play doesn't mean that, you have to choose one or the other. It means that you choose them both, but find the way that you combine them together. And other examples of this is like spontaneity and planning. There are things that seem very opposite, but you can plan in spontaneity and you can be spontaneous in your planning. The same kind of thing with like being goal oriented and wandering. You can wander on your way to a goal, or you can be goal oriented in your wandering. So it's the same thing with work and play. Can you make your work more playful? Can you work harder at adding play into your life? What does this look like? And or if you want to just work, while you're at work, and if you want to just play outside of work, how do you split that time? Is this like you work during the day and you play at night? Or is this like you work 5 days and you play 2? What does balancing mean to you? Because what balancing means is these two things coexisting, in your same life. But you are the one who gets to create how they're balanced. So let's go through the questions, the self-coaching questions, and maybe it'll spark some stuff to help you kind of identify how you see that balance going in your life. So there are 5 questions. 1, what does a balance of work and play mean to you? What does that look like? So that's what I kind of brought up. Like, what does it mean to you to balance these two things? Are you balancing them in a day, in a week? Are you working your butt off for 2 months so you can take 4 months off work to travel? Like, what is balance to you? What does that look like in your life? What is ideal for you? Because you kind of have to choose these sort of things, like feel it out first before you can get specific. So general questions to lead you into specific answers for yourself. So second question, for you, does work and play need to be separated or can they be blended? So I brought this one up also. Are these two completely different things, or do you want to merge them so that you're playing in work, or that your play is more work oriented? So I know it's weird to think about, but see what resonates with you and just kind of feel it out. And if these kind of questions open anything up for you and help guide you somewhere. All right, 3 more questions. How can you hold both of those ideas, work and play, in the same space? You can also do this with responsibility and freedom or spontaneity and planning. I'm just choosing work and play. So I'll repeat that. How can you hold both of these ideas, opposing ideas, in the same space? So what does that mean for you? How can you hold both of those things together and create a blended experience of them? And the 4th question, can you play more at work? What does that mean to you and how would that look? So if you're trying to bring in more play into your life, can you actually let that encroach into your work somehow? Are there parts of your work where you can intersperse or sprinkle play? Are there times at your work that seem like very tedious or boring or like too straightforward, that you can bring play or lightheartedness into those areas? And where in your work life could you do that? And what type of play does that look like to you? Another question on the other side of it, can you work a little bit harder to make time for play? And in what way can you do that? So if you're working too much of the time, are you able to work play into your life? Or if you're playing too much of the time, are you able to work like responsibilities in a more structured life into your play? So whatever work means to you and whatever play means to you, how can you bring them together? And these kinds of questions help you develop your own answer to this, help you inspire yourself into what an ideal situation, with those two seemingly opposing things, what that could look like. So, as usual, I'm not giving you straightforward answers to your questions because I can't. Because these are questions that only you can answer because it's your life. And these are questions given to you so that you can start to look within and see what kind of answers actually fit you best. So maybe it was inspiring or helpful to you. That's my hope. All right. And yeah, if you have any other questions or if you want to dive in deeper, or if it's hard for you to look at yourself introspectively like this, through your own eyes looking inside, then you might need some external help, and I'm here for you, and you know where to find me. So I will talk to you later, and have a great one.